What's up and welcome back to Cryptographics. Today I have a tutorial for you. We're going to dive into the version 3 testnet and we're going to go over 4 things that you need to know about PulseChain V3 to get ready for mainnet. So number 1 is how to connect your wallet. And I'm just going to keep everything in this video as simple as possible here. So for this first point, I am going to be starting at pulsex.com. Again, links in the description, but pulsex.com is where you're going to want to go. And then I am going to go to this little box here that has, or this little piece here that says Testnet V3 PulseX, which is highlighted, and I'm going to click that. Now, if you haven't connected your wallet for the first time, this is what's going to happen. You're going to see this screen here, and it's going to show you to connect wallet. And you can press either one of these 2 buttons. It does not matter. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect from this one. So I'll click that. I'm going to click MetaMask because that's what I'm using in this case. And now normally once I have clicked this button, if this is your first time actually connecting to the PulseChain version 3 testnet, it's going to ask you to confirm that the website can like view balances and a few other things. You always want to make sure that that is just saying like giving basic permissions to like view and nothing crazy for the future, but we know this is safe. So make sure for the future that those are good, but you're going to go ahead once this pop-up comes up, like MetaMask will drop down here, and then you will be able to actually confirm that you can join the network, and it will show once you've done the connect wallet and gone to MetaMask that your wallet is now connected. And from there, there's a few other options that you can do. For this video, I'm going to keep it really simple. This is the easiest way to do it. Now, I'll put the RPC settings in the description if you want to go into your MetaMask via the a little bit more difficult way and basically you go up at the top here, your MetaMask, you click on the network icon. So up here, and you go down to add network here. You will be able to go down to the bottom where it says network on the left-hand side here. If my mouse will go a little bit bigger. There we go. Clicking networks. And then you'll be able to paste these settings into your network address or your network name, the new RPC URL, chain ID, the whole 9 yards. Press save. And then just like that, you'll be able to get PulseChain V3 testnet. So that's the easiest way to get to PulseChain version 3 testnet. And now that we've connected to the version 3 testnet, we're going to learn how to swap tokens. So first things first here is we're going to stay, if you look at the menus here, we've got a few different options. Like we've got these little dots up at the top here, and we have info, we have earn, farms, and pools. I'm not going to cover this stuff today. We're going to stick to the exchange portion. So for whatever reason you're on a different page, you can click or you can hover over the trade icon at the top here, and then you can go to exchange, and it's going to bring you to this, or you can even click one of these 2 here. Click exchange. It's going to bring you up with this visual here. And you have a couple options. Now, this is just completely up to you, but I want to show you how you can do this. This is not the only screen that you can view the swap page from. If you want to see in the future where the chart would be or what the chart would look like between 2 given cryptocurrencies, you're going to be able to see that right here. So for the second thing that you need to know to work with PulseChain version 3 testnet is how to import tokens into both the PulseX exchange and into your wallet. So I'm going to show you the easiest possible way to do this here. So if you're still on this page like I am, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top bar here, if you can see this, and we're going to go to the 3 dots at the very top. And we're going to go down to info. We're going to click info. And then at the top right here, there is this search bar, which you can see my mouse get nice and big over there. We're going to click on this. And for this sake, or for the sake of this video, I'm going to type in Hedron. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to see that this token is going to come up. I'm going to click on it, and it's not going to allow me to copy the address here. So I will have to view on PulseScan. Now, before I click that though, the reason I'm doing it this way is because you can go to the block explorer here directly and you can type in Hedron. And for some of the tokens like Hedron in this instance, it's pretty easy to see which one is the right token. But for some of them, if you're just typing in the abbreviation, there might be scams or other copy tokens that are trying to just take your money. This is a safer way to do it, especially for when mainnet goes live. So back to the main page where we were here, we had clicked on Hedron. We go to the Hedron page, and we're going to click View on PulseScan. So I click that, and then over at the right side of the screen, where my big mouse is here, I'm going to click copy address. So I click that, and then I'm going to open up again go to the top here, go to PulseX, the testnet, and I'm going to go to trade at the top left of the screen. And then I'm going to go to exchange. And once I'm there, I can click on that PLS logo again where the swap function is. And when I do that, I have the option to search for name or paste the address. And what you'll see here is if I just type in Hedron, nothing comes up, right? So what I have to do is since I've copied or we've copied that address, you can paste that in there and then boom, Hedron comes up. Now, if you want to verify that this is actually the correct address, there is another step you can do. You can actually go to Ethereum, or you can go to the Ethereum version of the Block Explorer, this website, which is etherscan.io. And again, all links will be in the description if you haven't been there before. But essentially, you can come here and you can type in Hedron, and Hedron will pop up. Now, once you do that, you can actually go and you can view this address. And all the Ethereum addresses for tokens are going to be the exact same as the PulseChain version of them. So what you can do here is look, 0x38 is the first 4 digits or alphanumerics, I'll call it. And the last 4 is 5E06. So x38, 5E06. It's the exact same. So if you want to get further verification, that's how you do it. You can go to Etherscan, make sure the 2 addresses match, and then come back over to your main page, click on the logo there in the swap, paste that address in, and finally import the token. Now, it's kind of hard to see here. So this is something else, as a little tidbit, that there's this I understand piece right here. Now, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I turn my brightness up, it's a little easier. It is a little easier to see if you turn your brightness up, but if your brightness is low, you might not see this very easily, and you have to click it. You'll figure it out eventually, obviously, because it won't let you past the screen until you actually hover over this and then click it, but you have to click this button and then import to make sure that everything has been imported. And now this has been imported into the testnet, but what hasn't happened is it hasn't been imported into our wallet. So we're going to do that right now. And in order to do that, for whatever reason, you can't just click on the little Fox logo here or Hedron once it's already been selected. So we're going to select anything else. It doesn't matter what you select here. We're going to go to PLS, and then we're going to click on it again. And now this is not grayed out. Now we can actually engage with this, but instead of just clicking it, what we're going to do is we're going to hover over the little Fox emblem here, which is the MetaMask logo, and we're going to click that. And when we do, MetaMask pops up and it gets us to add the token to our wallet. And instead of going through the custom link, which I'll show you in a second here, which is an option if this isn't working, you can simply just press add token. And if we go to my MetaMask now, this should be updated. Yeah, there we go. There's our Hedron, right? So the alternative to this is to go to the top corner here, or sorry, go down to import tokens, and you're going to take that address and you are going to paste it into the token contract address here. This usually works. I've noticed that for some contracts, it doesn't work. Like I've seen it even say that this is an Ethereum address. So oftentimes the way I've showed you originally is the best way, but in case this doesn't work, go and do this. So again, it's import tokens, and then you just paste the contract address into the token contract address search bar here, and it should auto-populate everything and bring up the rest of the data you need, and you can click add custom token. So that is how you not only add a token to the swap feature or the ability to swap that in the exchange and into your wallet. So now for point number 3, we are going to move on to how to swap and how to actually get test pulse. Because again, everything that happens on testnet is just play money. It's not real. You can't bring actual money on. You can't buy anything from outside. You can't ship stuff off the PulseChain version 3 testnet to Ethereum or any other network. So what you need to do though is you can get test pulse tokens to go and then interact with the different features that you choose to engage with on the version 3 testnet. So again, the link for what I'm about to show you is in the description, but the link is for the testnet version 3 Faucet, sorry. And what we're going to do is you want to open up your MetaMask, and you're going to go to the top here where the account one or whatever you've named your wallet is, and you're going to click that. And it's going to copy your address to the clipboard, and you're going to just paste it in. And once you do that, you're going to click the request button. And from there, there should be a period between when you've clicked that and how fast it arrives there. I guess we'll see how fast it is. I mean, it's only been about 10 seconds so far, but I don't know if we can. Yeah, so there is a 24-hour limit. You can only request 10 test pulse per 24 hours. And let's see if that pulse is now there. Cool. So that wasn't long at all. That's pretty quick. So now we have 10 pulse. Now we're going to go back to the exchange. And again, the link for this is going to be in the description. And we're going to go back to the exchange. And now we are going to switch this top icon here from Hedron to Pulse. And we're going to, I want to trade 9 of them. Now I'm going to show you one thing that's really interesting here. It doesn't say max. It doesn't say anything at all as far as being able to do your entire balance. But if you hover your mouse over the balance button here, you'll notice that it turns into a little clicker, like it wants to click. And if you click on the balance or the number, doesn't matter, it auto-populates the total amount of PLS that you have essentially. So if you want to do your entire balance, you can just click on the balance that you have and it will auto-populate that. Or you can manually type in, like, let's say I want to just do 5. And I've just decided, because I want to show you something else, I've just decided that I want to switch to Hedron real quick so I can show you something afterwards specifically. So I'm going to press swap and confirm swap. And what this next screen is showing me is this is a gas fee. So this is going to be the fee I have to pay. So basically 0.0014 of a pulse for the gas fee and for 5 pulse. So I'm going to confirm that. And it's going to go away and slowly load. So I'm going to close this. Okay, so the transaction finally went through and I have my Hedron. And so now what I'd like to show you is what happens when you have a new token that it pops up in MetaMask. This isn't a PulseX feature. This isn't a PulseChain feature. This is specific to MetaMask. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to click this middle button here, this little arrow, and it's going to switch from Hedron to Pulse. And we don't even have to do this transaction, but I'm still going to show you what it looks like when you have a new token in the wallet. So I'm just going to click balance and you can see the balance pops up and I have the option to then enable Hedron. Now you need to enable this within MetaMask and you actually need to give permission to the smart contract for it to use your Hedron. So we're going to click this and see what happens. So I clicked enable Hedron and now you can see that this page has come up. Now, this might look scary, like, oh my God, what am I going to do here? Am I going to put too much or am I going to mess something up? The way that I'd like you to look at this is simply just you giving permission to a smart contract or a protocol platform, however you want to look at it, and giving it permission to use up to a certain amount. If you're planning on doing lots of transactions or just one, this may change, but really this is the safest way to look at it. And for a more in-depth video, I'm going to link Crypto Coffee's video to this so you can get a more in-depth understanding. I'm going to keep it very brief just for the sake of this video. But if you trust a protocol, if it's like PulseX or if it's for PulseChain or something like that, something where you believe it's very, very, very safe, which I believe this is very, very, very safe, you can press use default. And what essentially that does is it puts in like an infinite number that no one can ever get in number of tokens, and essentially just allows you to freely spend your tokens as you wish. However, if you are looking to use something and for whatever reason you're a little uncertain, or you at least just want to have a little more control for a specific transaction on a specific protocol, you can either click max, which is whatever number of tokens you have, or you can type in the number of tokens you wish to spend. The thing here is you're going to have to go in and actually revoke permissions each time you do that. And maybe I'll do that in another video, but I'm not going to do that here. You have to go and manually revoke the permission and then re-enable it with a new spending cap if you choose to put something smaller and then you want to trade more tokens in the future or transact with more tokens in the future. So keep that in mind. And that's the last thing I wanted to cover for number 3. And we're going to go into number 4 now. And I can just stay on this page because it actually doesn't have anything to do with PulseX whatsoever. But I've seen a lot on Twitter where people have talked about their actual balances in their wallet being different than what it currently is. And this is actually really simple, and it's not an issue. It's not a bug. This doesn't imply that the snapshot has already happened. What this simply is the snapshot date for the testnet was somewhere around February 9th or earlier, because you can see the T-share rate if we go to app.icosa.pro. So as we can see here, it's 26,163 hex, which that's like 500 and some odd, almost 600 hex less than what the current T-share rate is. So we know that this happened a while ago, and that's why the balances are different. This doesn't mean the snapshot has happened. This just means this is when the snapshot was originally taken for testnet version 3. And you could speculate that that's when they planned on launching, or that's when they plan on doing some stuff with the testnet version 3, but it doesn't matter. This just isn't representative of what we'll see when mainnet goes live. So if you're seeing your tokens out of whack, it's just because this is when the snapshot date was chosen for testnet version 3. But with that being said, that is all I have for you in today's video. If you have questions and you need someone to guide you through this step by step, I offer one-on-one coaching, either 30 minutes or 1 hour calls. There are 2 coupon codes in the description to get a deal, either 36.9% off the 1 hour call or 22% off the 30-minute call. If you need someone to walk you through this step by step, I'm your guy. Go ahead and check those out on cryptographics.com. Also, I have a free ebook that you can go to cryptographics.com and get to 155 pages of education. And you can also get the paperback copy. You can also get the paperback copy that I've got here in hardcover or in Kindle as well. I have merch on the website. And if you have any questions, though, aside from my paid stuff, guys, if you want to get in touch with me directly, if you have questions, go to cryptographics.com and you can ask me a question via email there, and I will always answer it with the most thorough response that I feel it needs to answer your question. You never have to pay to get my answers directly via email. Okay, so thank you again for watching. Please smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any more videos, especially because there's going to be a whole lot of tutorials coming out, and I want you to be as up to date and ready for PulseChain mainnet as possible. So thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.